Mexico and drug cartels, two topics that are always intriguing to delve into. One that has left a deep impact is Los Zetas, a drug cartel that could be considered the most brutal in history. As a criminal syndicate, Los Zetas stand apart from other drug cartels in Mexico. They are the most advanced and sophisticated cartel, thanks to the people within. Another aspect is terror. It's the trump card of Los Zetas, or the Z, which makes them ruthless in their actions to eliminate enemies. To give you an idea, there are many powerful drug cartels in Mexico. One of the oldest is the Gulf Cartel. This is their leader, Ociel Cardenas Guillen. He needed a personal assistant and recruited someone who was initially a Mexican military soldier named Arturo Guzman de Sena. How could a soldier join a cartel? De Sena, originally from a poor family, joined the military in hopes of breaking his family's cycle of poverty. He even excelled as a soldier in the Grupo Aeromóvil de Fuerzas Especiales, similar to Mexico's equivalent of Delta Force. But despite his achievements, De Sena began accepting bribes from the Gulf Cartel and eventually decided to fully betray in 1997, accepting Guillen's offer. He wasn't alone. De Sena convinced 30 other soldiers to join. Yes, those who were once defenders of the nation made a complete turnaround, leaving the military to become members of a cartel. Promised bigger profits, they became the Gulf Cartel's hit squad. Their numbers were small, however. They were elite soldiers who had received direct training from the United States Army's 7th Special Forces Group in the 90s. They were highly trained in reading maps, operating weapons, understanding the battlefield, proficient in launching aerial attacks, skilled in intelligence, and had an excellent grasp of advanced technology. Yes, this training was provided when they were still military personnel. They were initially prepared for counter-militant and counter-narcotics operations. Ironically, the drug cartel that was once their adversary became their master. Their prowess made Los Zetas gain more power. They were known as a cartel with remarkable technological advancements and communication skills. In fact, the name Los Zetas originated from the code name for Mexico's Federal Judicial Police, Z, which is called Zeta in Spanish. Quite ironic, isn't it? Then, in 2002, their personal bodyguard and recruiter, De Sena, was killed in a shootout with the Mexican army. 2 years later, the Los Zetas membership grew to 300 people. 7 years after that, Los Zetas officially separated from the Gulf Cartel. In the same year, the initiator, Guillen, was captured. Los Zetas further solidified their power. There's a reason why Los Zetas are referred to as the most terrifying cartel in Mexico. Their game isn't just about natural and synthetic narcotics. Worse still, Los Zetas' business interests expanded to human trafficking, cigarette smuggling, selling oil plundered from Petróleos Mexicanos, Mexico's equivalent of Pertamina, and many other vile businesses they engaged in. Their business kept expanding, and they even gained the largest territorial control in Mexico. More than half of Mexico's states fell under Los Zetas' dominion. The period from 2011 to 2012 marked the zenith of the Z's success, the nickname for Los Zetas. How did Los Zetas skyrocket to success so quickly? There are at least 3 reasons. First, a key factor is that they spare no one who obstructs their plans. Security forces, rivals from other cartels, civilians, officials, children, even babies, are brutally killed without hesitation. Moreover, their tactics are supported by their mastery of communication and technology. Second, from the government's perspective, cartels like this thrive due to the culture of corruption among security forces. Bribes exchanged with politicians create a shield that makes their illegal business immune and untouched. Third, Los Zetas had a strategy of recruiting drug mules in the United States. Production processes even took place on American soil, like a marijuana plantation in Webb County, Texas. This incident paints a picture of how ruthless the cartel based in Nuevo Laredo, a Mexican state bordering Texas, is. August 24, 2010, in the village of El Hizacal, San Fernando, a village located in the Tamaulipas state of Mexico. The 72 undocumented immigrants on this bus could never have imagined becoming victims of Los Zetas' cruelty. These immigrants, some from South and Central America, were kidnapped and their families were demanded ransom. Unfortunately, there was no meaningful response response. Even when offered to join Los Zetas as hitmen, they refused. Finally, the Los Zetas gang shot them one by one in the back of their heads. Some of them managed to escape and immediately provided information to the Mexican military. This case was investigated. Within 3 days of the investigation, Roberto Suarez, the chief detective leading the probe, was killed. A year later, at the same location, in March 2011, this cartel ruling the northeastern part of Mexico massacred 193 people. The method was very similar. They kidnapped victims from buses and killed them one by one. The victims were then buried in 47 different graves. Mexican police took over a month to dig up the bodies and gather the victims from various mass grave sites. For those unwilling to join the cartel, prepare to lose your life. Even if someone agrees to join, they are forced to fight each other until one dies. Yup, like gladiators. Only the survivor is recruited as a Los Zetas hitman. Repeatedly, Los Zetas were involved in battles with other cartels, including El Chapo's Sinaloa cartel. Then, in May 2012, Los Zetas forces killed 49 people in Monterrey, Mexico. Heads were decapitated, and bodies were dumped by the roadside. Los Zetas have a torture method called guso, which involves burning victims alive in a drum. Anyone who owes them money can also be killed, and their organs are taken as payment. Even worse, Los Zetas don't hesitate to kill innocent people. They once set fire to a casino in the same city, killing 52 people. All of them were civilians. The escalating tension caused residents in San Fernando, the village controlled by this brutal cartel, to be terrified and flee. With this cartel's increasing acts of violence, the Mexican government grew furious. They sent 650 soldiers to San Fernando, a location frequently targeted by Los Zetas for massacres. The military built several bases during this operation. As a result, a total of 82 Los Zetas members were apprehended. In terms of their evolution, Los Zetas consistently changed leadership whenever their leader was captured or killed. Most recently, the leader of Los Zetas, José María Guizar Valencia, was captured by the Mexican army in February 2018. This arrest further destabilized the situation within Los Zetas. They fragmented into smaller groups and were no longer the massive criminal organization they used to be. Well, that was the story of the brutally violent Los Zetas cartel that once dominated the illicit drug trade in 2012. In your opinion, how ruthless was this cartel? Share your thoughts in the comments section.